Bila last day? Siapa bilang kau? Dia bilang macam, siapa bilang kau? Bila cakap dengan aku, I need to plan first. Tell me when is your last day. Then we talk about why are you leaving.
Working Class Podcast.
Selamat kembali ke
Working Class.
Saya Lando.
Saya Imet.
Dan saya Didi.
Terima kasih kepada penaja perut dan jiwa kami, Chocolate's Kitchen. Nak makan sedap macam sama seperti tangan mak? Dari pulut kuning dengan rendang daging power sampai ke kuih raya yang buat teringat kampung. Semuanya dimasak dengan penuh kasih sayang. Jangan tunggu lama-lama. Tempah sekarang. DM aja kat Instagram atau di TikTok. Chocolate Kes. Makanan tradisi, rasa asli, confirm puas hati. Amaran, sekali rasa, asyik teringat sampai terbabas diet.
Lama tak jumpa tu.
Lama tak berjumpa.
Lama tak jumpa, rindu rasa hati. Jawab.
Tu dah berapa lama kita tak
Tak rekod
tak rekod
Lama sebab
Sebulan lah. Puasa, raya.
Depan raya.
Sebulan ke? Kita rekod datang last was like bulan puasa.
Dah nak raya.
Dan nak raya. Ya.
Raya. The whole of raya dah tak rekod terus.
Bulan raya kita tak rekod.
Yes.
Ya, company tutup seminggu. Sebulan dah.
Bos bagi cuti lah.
Bos kena
cuti.
Sebulan.
Seronok.
Korang takkan dapat lagi. Apa tu macam
Ni company lain tak ada.
Ada.
Ni company
Dia
lain.
dekat working class saja.
Ni company lain tak ada.
Yeah.
Okay kan, since kita dah kembali apakah topik untuk hari ini?
Apakah?
Apakah topik hari ini?
So topik untuk episod ni lah.
Episod ni. Okay.
Episod ni is about resignation.
Resignation.
Yeah.
Resignation dalam Melayu apa? Tamat.
Resignation,
Resignation dalam Melayu apa? Aku lupa.
Tu berhenti kerja je.
Berhenti kerja. Mohon
Perhentian. Bukan perhentian ni stop over lah.
mohon diberhentikan.
Diberhentikan.
takkan pula kan?
Kita kan apa? Bukannya. Aku rasa kalau
Good question. Boleh tanya lagi.
Kalau siapa tahu kalau siapa tahu sila drop us a comment on this portion. Apa maksudnya resignation dalam Melayu lah. Okay, resignation. Kenapa? Why Lan? Kenapa dengan topik resignation? Ya, kenapa comes that to your mind?
Okay, for me, aku actually propose this resignation pasal I feel a lot of kita punya not a lot of kita punya let's say I feel sekarang banyak younger generations somehow rather feel awkward macam nak berhenti. Ni compounded with dorang punya dengar dari dulu-dulu members ke mak-mak ke pakcik-pakcik punya myths about berhenti. You know there's some things like like my resignation boss belum accept lah.
Apa maksud
kau pernah dengar tak?
Aku tak faham ni apa boss belum
Bos
accept.
belum accept.
Apa maksudnya
Resignation,
cakap boss belum accept?
Like some people like macam kasih resignation Okay, one thing is kasih resignation is one thing.
Okay.
Some feel sekarang masih nak kena kasih surat, like a document. Even when it's an email, they'll attach a document. Cakap, this is my resignation notice, blah blah blah.
So nak kena ada macam hard copy lah. So called.
Tak tahulah, itu pun bukan hard copy apa. Kau
Bukan
attach
copy.
word document aja.
Dia macam dia nak kena attach satu formal letter untuk kasih untuk resignation. Itu maksud kau kan? Satu formal letter.
Some people feel it's like that lah. Padahal kau tu email aja dah
Email
cukup.
email dah consider dah formal letter lah.
But I do understand some companies yang ada this mindset. They require these kind of things. I don't know why. But dia tetap minta juga.
Okay.
Like email tu tak cukup ke?
Ada kasih by WhatsApp pun ada. Bos
Ada.
Tapi aku pernah experience kawan kita time tu datang kerja part time. Members aku lah. Aku rasa within the first hour of the job member berhenti.
Dia bagi resignation.
Tak turun jalan aja.
Oh okay.
First hour memang tak perlulah turun jalan.
Kau mesti kau tengah kerja kan. Dia tengah jalan. Dia cakap gimana? Siang nang kau pergi lunch. Lunch? Aku nak balik lah. Tak boleh tahan lah. Dia balik dia cabut.
Setengah hari pun ada. Balik dari lunch tu lepak kat lobby.
Tu kira berhenti sendiri lah.
Berhenti
Balik sendiri lah.
Balik sendiri.
Okay.
But more towards those who are kira macam
Official.
professionals ke apa ke. I even those resignations kadang-kadang tak, I feel like they don't plan. Betul yang ada tak tahulah for whatever reason. I mean everybody will resign at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
For memang better opportunities ke apa ke kau tak happy ke apa ke. But bila tak happy tu kan, it's always attached to a lot of emotions tau. Then kau tak plan betul-betul. Kau main campak aje. Tak tahu lah, berhenti lah.
Meaning kau tak ada macam, dia tak ada the next phase lah. Dia tak tahu mana nak
No,
pergi ke.
it's not even there bro. Sometimes they don't even check cuti berapa. Apa tak tahu lah, aku berhenti lah. Pasal lah, peduli lah. So end up nanti bila kau actually, do you know that your leaves, most companies is earned.
Yeah.
Kan, is earned right.
Over the years lah. Over the years you
if
are
dia
earning leave,
cakap kau ada 14 hari,
Uh-huh.
is 14 hari if you stay for 1 year. So if you live somewhere in between, it's prorated to how many months you've served. Normally lah okay, this should be general knowledge lah. But some just don't think when they throw and then end up kau dah terpakai lebih. Kau dah terpakai lebih, so it be deducted from your last pay. Deducted from your last pay.
Okay.
Right, so nanti gaji kurang, tak tahu mengamuk sendiri. Ni mak company bodoh lah, mak pergi potong gaji aku.
Tapi setahu aku, usually sebelum kau resign, usually kau akan kasih email kat HR lah. Then kita dapat confirmation daripada HR. HR cakap kau, okay, this is kau pay cuti billion berapa,
Yes.
kau boleh pakai untuk offset kau pay last days.
Yes.
Tapi macam kau cakap tu,
It's kira emotional dah terus campak
terus campak. Tapi bila dorang emotional campak tu, dia bukan 24 hours. Aku rasa dia ingat dia masih ada 14 hari lah.
Yes.
Dia masih kita example, kita mungkin dia resign bulan 2. Then the year before cuti dah pakai. So dia ingat, the following year dia ada 14 hari, dia boleh clear tu 14 hari lah.
Something like that. Yes.
Oh, dia tak ingat dia macam dia prorated lah macam tu.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, even MCs is prorated.
Tu aku tak tahu. But okay.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
But
not macam,
for
it's not automatically given 14 days lah.
For MC banyak HR either tutup mata, if everything is done in order, is okay lah, tak apalah. Walaupun kau baru, this is like the second month, February, kau dah pakai 10 hari. Which doesn't make sense lah. Kau dah 10 hari MC, right? So technically kau dah over tau. Right, but if you tender nicely, give the right notice, tak usah tak apa, usually just okay, tak apalah, go. But if you nitpick and everything, kau nak mengira dengan HR when you leave, they will sometimes also like, kau ni overdose, I will cut this from your last pay.
Tapi based on your corporate experience, kau pernah macam kerja kau live in a very bitter way that it comes to this situation?
Pernah.
Corporate case is like
Straight away resign macam tu lah. So aku campak whatever
Kau campak surat ke campak barang ke?
campak stapler.
Barang.
Campak stapler.
Tak lah, I mean like I left the company, diorang punya whatever that has been issued to me lah. Kunci
dah dikit
lah, apalah, whatever dikit kan, taruh meja. Okay boss, bye-bye.
And that is like kau pay within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours.
24 hours? Okay. Kau pernah?
Rage quit tak pernah.
Rage quit tak pernah.
Tak pernah.
Aku pernah, bukan rage quit lah. Kira dah dapat kerja lah. Dah dapat kerja. Tapi the notice period was 2 months.
Okay.
2 months serving notice. Then it was macam bingit lah dengan tu company That 2 months. Aku rasa during the first month tu, aku tak masuk office. Aku kira bingit lah, aku tak masuk office.
The first month.
Oh serious lah?
Notice period 2 bulan.
The first of the
month.
notice
I mean like
period.
kau tak datang terus lah.
Aku tak datang terus.
Okay.
Aku kat rumah, aku tak datang terus. Sampai aku rasa bos aku call aku. Aku tahu lah kau dah berhenti. Tapi datang office lah, tunjuk muka lah.
Tapi
kau
still
datang pagi, lepas tu kau nak balik, kau balik lah.
Tapi macam still okay lah. Macam bos kau masih ada macam hati nak call kau.
Sebab dia faham, mungkin during that period, dia faham aku punya dissatisfaction lah during that period.
Okay, apa yang kau dissatisfied ni?
Itu, aku dissatisfied because of kira gaji dengan the workload tak berbaloi.
Tak setimpal.
Tak setimpal tu berbaloi pula.
Okay lah.
Tak setimpal. Macam I think on the previous episode aku pernah cakap, aku bikin after sales. Maintenance. Aku came more to maintenance. Then it became bila the technical sales keluar, then kita jadi salesman. Then kalau kau kasih aku this new scope lah, so called lah. Kau at least macam gaji aja sikit lah, you know. Or based on okay, aku kasih kau this new role, kau boleh buat ke tak boleh buat. Kira kau boleh buat, kira kau pay sales naik, must give
Kasi
something
lebih
lah. Must give something lah. Kau boleh bikin lah.
Okay.
Ni kita, kau dah kasih ni, okay, kita pun ambil. Because you know that sometimes kerja maybe ada additional work scope, all this thing, kita okay tak apa, kita ambil. Then bila kita dah ambil, then dah dapat sales dah tunjuk tau. In terms, kita dah hit, kita pay KPI. Ni aku pay target, aku even exceed to KPI lah for the sales. Tapi after that, senyap. Tak ada benda, then next year, naikkan lagi ceiling. Aku nak hit this amount, kau nak kena hit. Dan aku rasa, ni pada aku, it doesn't feel right lah. Totally aku doesn't feel right.
Okay.
Itu yang buat aku bingit. Then macam on top of ada projek, kau kena jaga projek, all this thing. Ni bukan aku pay scope sah. Ni sebut that project, kita ada project team. Saya tak pakai project team untuk manage this kind of project.
Meaning your dissatisfaction sebabkan benda-benda macam tu lah.
Betul.
Okay.
Maybe gaji tak setimpal lah macam Wan Lan cakap. Dia tak setimpal dengan apa yang patutnya diberi. At least kasih macam, then the best part, dia compare macam kita 3 orang example kita 3 orang, dia compare antara kita 3, siapa yang buat sales tinggi. Walaupun kita pay sales, each of us hit target, but dia macam dia pay tinggi sikit, dia akan dapat lebih.
Dia lagi dua tak dapat terus.
Tak dapat terus. Dia punya nak kasih macam orang cakap apa macam you know
incentive.
Incentive. This psychology of employee of the month punya psychology tu. So that you.
But that's I mean okay. Does employee of the month still masih ada ke benda-benda tu lagi?
Ada. Not month lah. I mean sekarang quarter lah. More
Betul lah. Okay.
more practical lah quarter.
Macam aku dah jarang kan nampak benda
Ada.
macam
Aku dulu dekat USS ada employee of the month. Diorang do that scheme. Tapi tak dapat apa-apa, dapat surat. Dapat itu kira macam apa tu, certificate dia.
If it's too often, the
dia tak
value can drop lah.
Dia tak ada weight lah.
So sekarang banyak make it often pun is quarter lah, ikut quarter.
Tapi sekarang employee of the year pun ada, tak ada ke? Employee of the year.
Dah lama aku tak dengar.
Tak, kalau dia ada quarter tak ada ya.
McDonald aja ada McDonald.
Dia ada macam I think macam best performance ke something like that.
Something like that lah.
Okay.
Okay, kalau berhenti gitu, macam like you said just now, the notice period kau hilang-hilang kan. Aku pernah, kira tu maksimum aku lah. Aku pernah ada kerja ni 2 months notice. Tapi aku cakap I want to leave by 1. Dia cakap then I have to deduct 1 month's pay no. Deduct lah, I don't care. Pasal aku betul-betul dah, I was unhappy with how the management dealt with things. The workload overall memang for the whole team lah, not just untuk aku. It's memang tak, like it's not managed properly. There are people in ni company besar juga lah company besar yang colour merah. Dulu logo dia telefon.
Okay.
So there are people who already kira dah macam retirement scheme, dah nak pension je. They're in the team. They're doing God knows what. I have no idea. Like 4 or 5 of them. Allah alam tengah buat apa. But they are there in the room, in their own chair, tak tahu buat apa.
Okay.
Tapi diorang ada tu.
The rest of us are struggling.
They were like under this retirement scheme kan diorang. Dari dulu ada
The old
pension
scheme lah. Scheme
They are
lama.
just waiting to retire lah. But pada aku diorang lagi okay. Masih ada tolong-tolong juga, tanya lagi ada, this one you need to call this fella. Ada juga. Aku paling unhappy je aku punya manager. Okay. It's very toxic and whatnot. So that is another story. But basically, like that's why I want to bring it up. Pasal banyak orang tak aside from the notice period planning about the leaving itself, leaving tu pun orang tak plan kadang-kadang. Like where do you jump off next? Why are you leaving exactly? Some people leave. I've had people who leave just for about $400-500 more. Only to regret it like 3 months later. aku boleh patah balik tak?
Yeah.
The grass is not always
Greener.
greener on the other side.
Yeah, the grass. No, the grass is greener on the other side. But few people see the shit below it.
Okay.
I mean,
that's the reason why it's green.
I got a few guys when if they come to me, approach to me and cakap, bang, nak resign bang. Cakap, so aku usually I prefer them to be honest lah. Cakap, okay, kau resign, kau dapat kerja baru. Okay, kau dapat kerja baru, share with me lah mana kau kerja. Aku tak marah pasal it's normal. This is something which is kalau kau dapat a better offer, is no harm. Aku takkan stop kau kalau better offer.
Exactly.
But on my point of view, aku nak kena always counter. To counter that, are you making the right decision? By end of the day, aku tak boleh paksa kau punya decision. It's still end of the day is your choice. But I just want you to consider the factors. Macam kau cakap, for example, gaji. Gaji naik berapa different? 200, 300. Then usually macam mana kau kira? Mana kau dapat itu amount? Usually diorang lupa bila diorang kira gaji tu. They forgot to factor the bonus. Macam then is like you count
Ada
for the
bonus
whole year.
ke tak?
Ada bonus ke tak? And the whole year berapa?
Annual salary lah.
Annual salary. Diorang ikut monthly salary instead of diorang pay annual salary.
Yes.
Itu the most common mistake aku nampak. Second. Then the third, the first one. The second mistake aku nampak benefit. Tanya diorang, kau dah talk to HR, benefit dia macam mana? Benefit dia belum lah. Bawa saya gaji je. Itu lagi satu hal. Then I know a guy, dia berhenti, dia tinggal Jurong. I working near Jurong dekat apa? Dia naik kerja dulu, pergi kerja naik basikal.
Okay.
Dia sanggup berhenti dapat kerja dekat Loyang because of the post. Dia dapat tu better
Jurong to
title
Loyang.
lah, better title.
Okay.
Aku cakap dia, apakah tu title sungguh, what so important about that title that you want to leave? Is the pay kena dengan tu title? Dia cakap, sebab aku degree holder. Aku degree holder, aku dengan ni title aku tak kena.
Oh ya ke?
Dia sampai cakap kepada you sekali.
Tapi dia tak mention apa-apa pasal gaji lah.
Gaji, dia cakap lebih kurang difference maybe 100, 200. Wah, itu aku lupa. I think it was maybe 200, $300 lah different. But in terms of dia cakap,
I mean kalau nak factor in dia punya transport pergi balik pun dah.
that's what
And then the time
correct,
kan.
correct.
I mean like kalau untuk aku kan, I rather not be there kat Malaysia macam tu kan. I mean like for me lah kan. It's just that macam maybe some people diorang macam they want to have that kind of like position, they want that authority. Mungkin they want to go somewhere further ke apa ke, I don't know lah. But for me it's like macam not worth lah kan. Kalau macam I mean like your ex-colleague ni kan, macam tak worth it lah. Like 200-300, I mean if 2-3,000 then okay lah.
Okay lah.
It's fair enough lah kan.
Kira kasih transport allowance atau
It depends. Because for me, I will never counter. I never counter ever before unless I really want to keep the guy. Okay, but I always tell whoever in my team, nak berhenti bilang. Alright, because you need another set of pair of eyes to look at whatever you're getting. But tak kisahlah. At the end of the day, pada aku, if you don't want my input, fine. Right, but
correct.
pada aku, I should at least give you my input, then you make your own choice.
Yes.
If you feel like you need to leave, go. Pasal selalu orang at some point, tak kira kau kerja mana or whatever position that you're at some point the company just have nothing else for you.
Yeah.
Tak kira kau outsource ke, kau direct ke, kau manager ke, kau on the ground ke. At some point it's just no more, nothing else. Dah sampai sini je.
Dia dah rasa macam stagnan lah.
Stagnant, correct.
Right, be it opportunity to promote ke, naik gaji ke. Like sometimes it's just there. Memang dah tak ada apa-apa.
Yeah.
Right, you either need to wait for somebody above to berhenti ke. Yang ada berhenti pun kau tak dapat juga.
Correct,
Even though you're the most senior. So, sometimes you just need to leave. Go ahead. And then some people have different goals. Like, dulu single lain. Oh, aku nak gini. Sekali dia dah kahwin lain.
Priorities lah.
Priorities change.
change,
Dah ada anak lain, dah ada rumah lain.
Yeah.
So it's okay, you want to leave. So but for me that guy yang pasal Title,
lah. Title.
I would agree if there's more to it. Dia macam beli rumah tau. You don't just go one. What's the one after that? You jump here, okay, kau cakap kau nak title pasal kau degree holder. It's a few more dollars more. You feel like the travel to the other end of Singapore is worth it.
Aku
But what next?
Aku masih ingat what he told me in his own words my peers from my school or my classmates my peers and they are much more higher than me.
Higher in terms of what? Pay
In terms
ke?
of title.
Title, okay.
They are getting more higher title than me. And I told him satu consideration. Cakap ada, ni kau pay first job je. This is your first job. If you want to talk about title, which is more important, title or pay? I say I think he worked less than 3 months. 3 months. I think 3 months.
3 months.
3 months saja.
Aku ingatkan dia macam lama sangat lah.
3
Years
months
ke
je.
apa. Okay.
So
Is this recent?
no, so recent. The thing is that dia dapat kerja as a project manager. So currently dia engineer,
Tak
dia
cukup
dapat
lah.
project.
yang kat Loyang tu project manager.
Project manager. Kalau tu project manager.
Okay.
Kat tempat aku is just a engineer lah. So dia dapat project manager. So macam aku tanya dia is very straightforward lah. Is the title or the salary important? I think this one we will discuss.
Ada lagi satu bulatan.
Apa dia bulatan?
Scope.
Scope of work. Yes.
Okay.
Project lain tau. I told him this. I cakap, project is
Project is
a
a
different
different
ball
animal
game.
lah.
Some
The
people
responsibilities lain lah kan.
Some people suka. Some people suka project work. Some people
Tak suka.
operation tak suka. They prefer operation. So
Stable.
Project dia ada orang suka. I know people dah bertahun dia kira dia punya periuk nasi lah. Dia, kalau kau sudah pergi operation dia cakap dia mati lah.
Betul.
Dia prefer to do project.
Project.
Dia cakap ni aku dah habis, aku cabut. Aku dah not my problem.
Project banyak firefighting lah.
Ada orang
to
suka
solve
lah dia
problems
punya.
lah.
Solve problems on the go lah. And I think itu maybe aku punya point of view, maybe aku rasa itu maybe dia pay interest to go to project instead of operation. Itu je aku nak tak mau sakit hati lah kita cakap
I feel that he has a point there, tapi dia punya evaluation and his perspective is very cetek. Very shallow. Like he's comparing himself to others. My peers.
But the thing is,
patut
might be his
aku
ini lah.
ada degree.
Might
So
be
what
his
if you
age
have
lah.
degree? Kau baru kerja 3 bulan siul. Tahu tak? Like kau nak title ni semua. Like yeah, and he's forgetting about the pay score. But as to count devil's advocate, the other point of view is when I first got my managerial post, gaji aku tak sampai 1,000 tau beza dengan the next engineer. Will not be the previous one lah.
No, okay.
Previous one memang jauh beza lah. But with sama company tu yang aku masuk, pasal ada manager kan, kau dapat tengok gaji orang. So it's like, gaji dia gini. Gaji aku tak sampai 1,000 so beza. But I wasn't upset because the scope was totally different. It's something new for me. Aku telan dulu. Because I know this has repercussions lah. And for him, he might be gaji kau besar. Tapi kau dah ceiling so. In a couple of years, kau dah tak ada increment. Kira company dah kasih kesian punya case. Tak kasih pun
case to case basis.
tak kasih pun like it's hard for me to argue like asal kau tak kasih. Pasal kau dah ceiling.
Dah ceiling.
Right, for me the ceiling was like still very far. So that's why I like okay tak apa kita telan dulu. We prove ourselves with the work and everything. So that's why aku feel like the resignation wise like another thing is don't burn bridges please.
Correct.
The tak kira kau apa industri kita Singapore kecil siul.
Yes. Go live in a good way. Because kadang aku pusing, kita nampak dia lagi.
Dia pusing-pusing kat situ.
Pusing-pusing kat situ juga kadang. Kadang kita tak boleh cakap macam kau cakap Singapore dia kecil. Live in a good way. Salam, adios amigos, okay. Last apa belanja makan. Belanja makan.
Tak belanja pun tak apalah.
Tak belanja pun tak apa. Aku belanja kau makan.
Tak salam pun tak apa. Jangan kau keluar buang muka. Kau tahu terus like please be civil about it, I still get people who call. I mean the new company atau the potential company calls me. Mr. Mazlan, blah blah blah, this so and so used
Sebab
to
kau
work
dah
for
punya
you.
referral lah.
Let me send you a file. Can you please fill up your Selalu aku tak nak berbual. Pasal aku takut berbual salah timing, aku tengah bingit. Nanti aku terus kasih 100%. Aku pun tak nak rosakkan orang punya opportunity, perut nasi orang. But I have to be fair also.
Yeah.
If you suck, I have to say you suck.
Yeah.
You are not a team player, I have to say you cannot work well with others.
Correct.
Kalau tak nanti orang tu dengar, bila aku apply kat company dia pula, nanti dia ni, dia cakap dia ni boleh kerja, tapi merepek show, tak boleh kerja. Aku punya words pula yang jadi tak ada value.
Jadi
Right.
kau kira macam kasih cincai punya referral.
So like some people think like, kau tak boleh kesian. Apa kesian? Tapi nanti bila buat aku, siapa nak kesiankan aku?
Saya pakai nama kita. Then,
But I don't give it raw lah kan. Kita bertapis lah sikit. But still, like some people just, tak tahu lah, peduli lah. Biar diorang rasakan lah.
Aku talking about referral, aku pernah, I think aku kasih, aku tengah really tapis lah. Semua. I still remember I wrote it, he is someone who is capable of doing great things. But unfortunately, he's not a team player. Itu paling simple aku boleh kasih. Aku cakap macam mana aku, pasal dia, I think he left was in a bad way lah. So aku macam mana aku nak tapis ni benda
Aku ada, I have a few lines lah kira. Unable to see beyond his scope.
Lex teamwork. Something like that. Lex lah.
Itu dah kira direct. Itu dah kira direct tu. Itu dah kira direct. Lex teamwork.
Lex in certain certain qualities lah. Yeah.
Like in certain qualities.
Susah betul.
Tapi paling lama kau kerja one company berapa lama?
Paling lama
Before you decided to leave?
8 years. 7-8 years lah.
8 years. Kau?
Almost 6 years.
6
Almost
years.
6 years. Yeah.
Aku paling lama ni lah 6 years. 7 lah kau pintu 7.
Itu pun 6 years tu untuk aku lah. 6 years tu I think almost the 4th year tu aku tried to resign many times.
Tanya ni?
But tak kena. I mean like tak ada ni lah.
Tak ada ni. Tak ada apa.
Tak boleh resign.
Okay.
Tak boleh resign.
Tak boleh resign.
Pasal apa tak boleh resign? Ada ke word tak boleh resign? First aku dengar orang cakap orang tak boleh resign. Asal
Tak
tak
boleh
boleh resign?
resign.
No, okay, that's another myth. No, there's no such thing.
Asal aku tak boleh resign?
Manager tak bagi resign.
Mana dia tak bagi?
Mana dia
There's
tak
no such
bagi?
thing.
Itulah.
It's
Habis
against
Masalahnya
MOM, you cannot resign.
manager tu members. Okay.
Do not work with your
So banyak kali aku
Patut
nak
members
resign.
lagi, senang nak berhenti.
Itulah. Tapi tak tahu kenapa aku masa tu macam nak resign.
Kau kesiankan members lah kita cakap.
I mean like no, tapi bukan sebab members lah. But the thing is, my previous manager tu he is very good at macam dia okay macam kurang lah. Macam kurang tanya kan, cakap okay apa kau punya what's your direction next? So gini betul ke kau nak pergi sini? Bagus ke?
Buat kau terfikir.
Buat terfikir betul ke gini kan.
Okay.
Sampai I mean few times lah kan aku try dulu until one time tu aku cakap tak boleh aku nak bagi surat dah. Aku try aku dah enough of talking, so macam aku try bagi surat kan. Bagi surat. Dia koyakkan surat tu.
Waduh, dia ingat ni apa? Drama Suria ke apa?
Serius. Dia koyakkan. Aku macam
Betul,
koyakkan
Sal.
surat.
Sinetron punya level
I was
je.
like, kau kau pergi buang, kau pergi sana, kau pergi kerja. I was like, okay. Macam mana aku nak berhenti ni?
Macam mana
Nanti dia
jalan
came to a
je.
point lah.
Besok jangan datang kerja. Itulah cara dia.
Aku tak datang kerja besok. Kau ambil, so kau ambil MC lah. So kau macam aku macam nak fikir macam kenapa aku tak boleh resign Kenapa aku tak boleh resign but the thing is okay lah. I mean like I working with him, dia tak macam aku resign tu tak not in a bad way lah. It's like, macam aku tak ada geraja siapa ke apa. It's just that I wanted to go into different industry je.
Kira kau dah mendak
Dah because like macam that industry was like 12 years. So macam aku wanted to try something new lah. But
Actually for those who are quite seasoned kan, that you can recognize tau. You can ask any of those that have worked with me. Kau approach aku, cara kau approach aku je, aku dah tahu kau nak berhenti.
okay.
Because your whatever sentence kau pakai dengan aku lah, Lan, berbual sikit.
Dia ada dia
Lan,
punya apa?
whatever it is lah. It's
Body language ke, aura dia ke?
is the language, is the tone of voice that you use, your body language. Because my next reply will always be, bila last day? Nanti diorang dah tu je, macam mana kau tahu?
Ni lah, nak berbual sikit lah. Bila nak berbual dengan kau.
Because it can be anything lah. Nak berbual sikit, maybe kau tadi kau kokap ke apa ke,
Bila
kau
kau
hilangkan
free nak
barang ke, you know, that kind of thing. You spoil something. But when it's quitting, there's this certain, tak tahu lah frequency. I can detect one.
Meaning you can smell the thing.
I can smell you are going to tender.
Okay.
Or you already tendered, now then you tell me. Because tak selalu I'm the direct reporting lah.
Okay,
It's just aku kau punya supervisor or something. Even at those times, dia kata, bila last day? Siapa bilang kau? Dia bilang macam, siapa bilang kau? Bila cakap dengan aku, I need to plan first. Tell me when is your last day. Then we talk about why are you leaving.
Aku selalu, nanti lepas bonus pay period, kau semua dah dapat bonus kan? Aku go to every one of them. Kau ada plan nak resign tak? Dia macam, tak ada abang. Aku cakap betul-betul.
Tapi
Tak,
aku cakap apa?
Aku explain dorang. Cakap, I need to know sebab aku nak kena backfill. Aku tak boleh kau keluar dan aku tersendat berbulan-bulan tak ada orang. Tak ada orang. Aku ada masalah nanti aku pay operation. So kita gentleman lah. Aku cakap kita gentleman lah. Kau nak berhenti kau cakap aku siang-siang. Whether kau dah plan, kau dah start cari kerja ke, atau kau rasa ni kerja dah mendak ke. No, this is not your career, you know. This is not your career or quick career apa for you. then you tell me. Kau bilang aku, terus terang dia. Kita mano. Then aku dah boleh start planning, aku boleh start to look around, you know, ask for people. And aku boleh maybe plan kau punya job lah, you know, to be kira tak nak kasi kau more responsibility since kau dah nak resign kan. Okay, kau dah plan, kau dah plan, aku tak nak kasi kau more responsibility. Itu usually aku punya don't say tactic lah. I mean this is to give me so that aku boleh plan for the next few months. Kalau kena part last minute datang kan, alamak, it's very difficult for me to find. Since macam the last one nak cari orang tu untuk makan bertahun lah. Kau cakap makan bertahun.
So itu cuma kau nak ni lah, kau nak planning lah. Okay.
I can get any Tom Dick or Harry lah, tapi to get the right one mati masuk 2-3 bulan berhenti. Masuk 2-3 bulan berhenti, tak boleh lah.
Hiring pun ada limitation juga kan sometimes. So yeah, I get a lot of flack macam, why you take in this type of people? Kau nak aku ambil yang bangsa dah 10 tahun punya experience, datang lepas tu 6 bulan cabut, setahun cabut. It's like burden pula aku suruh kau train dia. Memang kerja kau pun nak train orang tu, like some people.
Macam after touch punya yang boss dia cakap pun betul lah. Buat aku fikir balik, sometimes the aptitude yang important.
Some people don't fit the role. Aku ada, for me, one of the current problems is bila people are in a position of dia jaga orang lah. Okay. So bila jaga orang tu, some people just shouldn't be in charge of people.
Tak semua boleh.
Tak semua boleh lah, betul.
No. Okay, kalau kau cakap boleh semua orang boleh.
Tu aku tak agree.
Semua orang, no, everyone can be trained. I 100% believe you can be trained to lead.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you should lead.
Okay.
Because some people have this character tak boleh terus. It's either I don't know lah, the hati very the black. The mata don't know how to stick to his own lane, the mulut don't know how to jaga.
Tapi ada orang rasa dia ingat dia boleh, tapi actually tak boleh.
Itu banyak.
Dia ingat dia boleh lead, tapi pasal aku keep telling pasal kita deal with human emotions to lead a team is leading emotions that comes that baggage at one time. So tak semua yang boleh kira handle that emotion factor comes with the part of leading a team. Ada orang macam when dia cakap lead a team, dia nak cakap dia. Itu yang buat orang, you know, kadang bingit nak berhenti lah. Itu
ada.
Itu yang buat orang buat bingit.
Dia macam pun cakap tu, dia ingat dia pandai. Tapi dia pandai-pandai lah.
Tak, bukan. Macam cakap dia je, you know. Then tak ada two-way traffic. Tu kadang itu macam aku pernah kerja, itu one of the thing yang buat aku resign one of the companies macam ini lah. No, cakap dia je. Dia kita kasih input, kau salah. Kau
Mana
salah.
macam dia ni lah, so-called macam orang cakap tu, Indian chief lah. internship.
Lama saya tak dengar word internship.
So buat 80-an je.
Sebab aku memang banyak kerja dengan orang macam gini. So okay lah.
Oh, I have the opposite problem. They're like, Mazlan, why you never ask our input? Because your input is not needed.
Oh, okay.
You are not a stakeholder. You are not your decision like, bukan aku pandang rendah ke aku tak nak dengar, but feedback yang kau kasih kat meja ni dah berbual dah 10 round dah tu benda. So when you tell me, actually should be like that, no, cannot, we have to approach it a different way. You don't listen to me one.
No.
Geram nak campak je ni bantal.
Okay. They can't see sometimes the bigger picture lah.
Exactly. Big picture is another thing. Wah, tu kalau berbual lagi 2 jam tak habis.
Okay. So one of the nasihat kita akan kasih lah pada kalau to leave or to resign, what are the main nasihat kau akan kasih pada orang?
Okay, I would say 3 things. Don't burn your bridges. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2 is before you plan your exit, don't plan just that exit. You should plan like 2 exits afterward. Some people tend to move too lateral sometimes just for a few $100s more or just for a title.
Okay.
Lepas tu dia stuck. Right. The other thing is, add value. Don't wait until you have a position. Don't wait until you have a title. Add value. Add value even to the smaller scale, to your team, to your colleague. Add value.
Because the thing is, I believe also macam add value ni goes a long way actually. You never know macam wherever you jump kan, sometimes like macam orang akan, people will remember you.
For the smallest thing.
For the smallest thing. Kan. Because aku pernah experience macam gini, macam orang ni macam previous colleague lah, when he left macam dia add value to small things lah, you know. But then again macam when he went to the other company tak boleh make it, then he went to another company tak boleh make it, but then again he my previous company tu call him back lah because of these things lah, you know, and he gave him a better position lah.
So that apa dia punya, what do you call it, that pointer yang kau akan kasih to this type of people, macam before you leave, you need to leave something, what do you call it, tadi kau cakap?
Valuable.
Leave a legacy.
Leave a legacy.
Leave a
legacy. Okay.
A good legacy lah, not a bad one.
Terima kasih kerana sudi mendengar kami di Working Class. Jangan lupa untuk tekan butang link tree kami untuk melihat social media dan tekan sekali butang like di sana. Tapi paling terbaik kalau anda sudi share kepada keluarga, kawan-kawan ataupun share di social media anda episod ini untuk mereka yang memerlukan atau anda rasa akan dapat menolong mereka yang ingin berhenti atau bertukar kerja.
Kepada penaja perut dan jiwa kami, Chocolix Chicken. Chicken pula. Terima kasih kepada penaja perut dan jiwa kami, Chocolix Kitchen. Nak makan sedap macam air tangan mak, dari pulut kuning dengan rendang daging power sampai ke kuih raya yang buat teringat kampung. Semuanya dimasak dengan penuh kasih sayang. Jangan tunggu lama-lama, tempah sekarang.
DM je kat IG The Chocolix atau TikTok. Makanan tradisi rasa asli, confirm puas hati. Amaran sekali rasa, asyik teringat sampai terbabas diet. DM mereka di IG The Chocolix atau di TikTok mereka untuk merasai makanan Melayu tradisional. Sampai jumpa di lain waktu. Working Class
Clocking out.
Chicken.
Nampak sangat lapar.